Now that we have our rating added to the database and updated and everything is good, let's see how can we retrieve that information, in this case, the value that we saved in the database to show here. So back to our main screen, because that's where we're calling the card, say reading list card, which is going to be this. Kind of have to be careful which one we have, because this sorting class we have two. We have this one and this row. So working on this row, which essentially is going to be the same eventually, for the most part like this. So let's make sure we get the correct one. Let's go to the top. I say command find reading card, reading list card. Okay, let's look at this. Okay, that's like one. I want this first one. So I want the first one. Okay, so we're passing here the rating as 5.0 in the beginning, and that's the reason why you see that 5 there. Okay, so what we want to do, of course, is to go through the book object, and say that rating, it's not equal to null. If that's true, then we're just going to say book.rating to get that rating from our book. Else, we're just going to say 4.0. Okay. Now let's save this. In fact, while I'm here, let's do the same to the other books too at the bottom, or the other list, I should say. Okay, doesn't really matter at this point. We will come back to that. Let's go. And it's showing 3. If I go here and change to 4, update, it's 4. That's very good. Come here, update, and it's 3. All right. But you notice something very strange. Each time we come back, it goes back to 5. Even though I click here, I want this to be 4, and I update. This update's fine. When I click back, it just shows 5. What is going on? And it has to do with the initialization. So if we go back, let's find, say, Command F, type rating. Right, there we go. Rating is 4.5. So it goes back, always goes to the correct, of course, in this case, to the correct rating, because we wrote it as it is right now, right? So what we need to do is to say something like this, say widget, and get book rating. Actually, we're going to go ahead and get the rating, that is. If it's not null, just like we did before, then we're going to just say widget, right? Book, and get the rating. Else, that's when we're going to put 4.0 or 4.5, whatever we want to do. Let's see. That's to be else, so colon like this. This should save us from the embarrassment of having the wrong rating. All right, let's see. Click here. It's 4. That is indeed. So now it gets the correct item. If I say 3, actually 3, like this, update. Is updating correctly. If I click back, it should show. In some cases, we can also pass the parameter or the field or property that says allow half rating to true. So what that will do, it will give us something like this, right? You can actually say 3.5. So let's see how that works. Inside of our rating builder, I can say allow. Okay, I'm going to say true. Okay, if I click here, click and hold and start sliding, you can see it changes. So I can say I want 4.5. Okay, update, you can see there is 4.5. Going back, it's going to get exactly that 4.5 that we selected before. And if I click and drag again, I want 1.5. Update, there's 1.5. Go back, we can see that 1.5. All right, so different things you can do and go from there. The other thing also to notice is that instead of just clicking and dragging to get the half stars and so forth, you can actually click in the middle. So if you click in the middle first, so let's go start here, see, click in the middle, click to the right, then gets the entire circle, right, the entire face. If I click in the middle or go back and click in the middle like this and back like this, it's going to give a half. So that's just something to keep in mind. And if you update, of course, click this one. If you go ahead and update, it's going to go ahead and update that. Very good. Now, when it gets to 4, because it's a full number, notice it just ignores the .0. So that's something to keep in mind.